Greetings and salutations, Internet, and welcome to another episode of Who's Your Brother? I'm the older of the two brothers. My name's Christian. With me, as always, is my younger brother, Evan.
Fuck, we're cooked, Chad. This is it. I'm checking the feed now, and yep, we are cooked. We are cooked, Chad. This is this is it. This is life now. So I wanted to open this episode of the podcast. Usually we fire in with some jokes. You know, we got some yucks. I might make a jab or two at some famous person who's a total douchebag, but I feel like for this episode, I just kind of have to sit here and stare in horrified disbelief that, yeah, this is just kind of what's happened now. This is reality. This is your life now. So, well, I'm gonna open up by just saying, we know, yes, the bill has been passed. Just let us make a few jokes, man. We have our format. Just let us take a few minutes of your time to crack a few yucks, you know?
Yeah, we'll put a little bit of a smile on your face before we just viciously rip it the fuck away. Because the revolt today is going to be very, very fucking revolting.
I agree. I try to be the person who's like, hey guys, maybe it's not so bad. Why we've got these things and these things, and here's something to make you smile a little bit. But fuck, dude, it's getting really hard out there, man. It's getting really fucking hard to keep cracking these goddamn jokes.
Right? I keep thinking every time we record, I'm like, this is the worst revolt section we've ever had. And then it just becomes that Simpsons meme. The worst revolt so far.
Last week's revolt was the worst revolt ever.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
As another way of saying it, this week's revolt will be the least revolting revolt of the rest of your life.
You know what? That's a funny way of putting it. So you know what? I'm inclined to agree.
Well, before we get to that, though, we do have a format, as my little brother said. It's based off an old saying. Ev, what's the old saying?
That old saying is, if you give the people bread and circuses, they will never revolt, and fuck me in the ass if that ain't true.
Right, absolutely. We are fucking living proof. Like these goddamn unprecedented times. But yeah, anyway, no, before we get to that, we're getting to bread. We're going to get to bread, which is food news. And then we do circuses, which is entertainment news. And then we get to the revolt.
Then we get to the revolt.
It's the state of the world, and whoo boy, is it something gnarly.
Correct. Extreme. The gnarly is like the nicest way of putting it, if we're being frank. You can be Christian.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, 2-1, you're ahead.
But let's go ahead and let's get this bread.
Let's get this fucking bread. Well, we're starting off with some good fucking news, folks. July 4th just happened. It is July 7th today. Commonly known as Independence Day. But we'll get to that later. But you know what happens on July 4th, little brother?
I believe there's a famous hot dog eating contest that goes down.
There absolutely is. Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest. The hot dog eating contest. And well,
the premier hot dog eating contest of this country, thank you very much.
Absolutely. And well, last year there had been some controversy because reigning champion and Hoosier hero Joey Chestnut was banned from participating last year due to a dispute over a sponsor of his.
Which, you know what? It was devastating news, frankly, but hey, this year, folks, the fucking champ returned. The king returned to take that fucking crown.
And take it, he fucking did, folks. In 10 minutes, Joey Chestnut consumed 70.5 hot dogs and buns.
I keep thinking about that. I just keep thinking about that's 7 hot dogs in a minute.
Yeah.
That's 7 hot dogs in 1 minute. I couldn't eat 7 hot dogs in one sitting. If you put 7 hot dogs in front of me, I'd say like, oh, no thank you. This looks vile, actually.
That man is choking down, on average, a hot dog just under every 10 seconds.
That's so insane. No.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, folks, Joey Chestnut once again reigns supreme as the eater of worlds, as it were.
Mm-hmm. 17-time fucking champion. The motherfucker who came in second wasn't even fucking close.
Wasn't even close.
Yeah. They ate 24 less dogs than motherfucking Joey Chestnut. The man is the goddamn machine.
Oh my god, it's unreal. Did he just unhinge his jaw and shove him in his mouth like a fucking snake?
I don't know. I can never watch these videos. I try to watch them sometimes, but I don't really have the stomach for it. And I'm a fast eater.
It's disgusting. It's horrifying.
Yeah. Looking at the pictures is like something like, oh, this is the American excess at its worst.
At its absolute fucking worst.
But in these dark times, we need our heroes. So, like, I'm going to give it up for Joey Chestnut, the man, the myth, the motherfucking legend, and the Hoosier hero, taking it down once again. Didn't quite beat his record. I believe it's 83 is his record for 10 minutes, which is...
His record is 83?
That's right. 8 hot dogs every 10 minutes.
Good God, man!
Yeah. Again, just a goddamn fucking machine. They also had a women's competition, and do you know how many hot dogs the women's champ ate?
It was far, far less than Mr. Chestnut, if I'm not mistaken.
33 in 10 minutes.
33.
I'm not trying to throw shit.
on.
I'm not trying to throw shame at that. Like, that's probably more hot dogs than I could eat in fucking 10 minutes.
I think that's more hot dogs than I've eaten in my entire fucking life.
Oh, I definitely know. I've eaten way more hot dogs than that over my life. I don't mind hot dogs, especially I love a good coney dog or a chili cheese dog, you know?
Don't get me wrong. I love a dog, you know? Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of hot dogs. Chili dogs. Love them, dog. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog over here.
Sonic the Hedgehog, hell yeah.
But 32 of them, that feels excessive.
33.
33! Yeah. I was one off!
And that's just the ladies. Like we said, Joey Chestnut's over there just being like, nah, man, like 70 or more.
I could do like 70, maybe more.
Right? Holy shit, Joey Chestnut.
I mean, look, props to him. He found something he was good at, and by God, he was like, I'm just going to be really good at this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy who won last year, Patrick Bertoletti, ate 58 hot dogs last year. That was the winning number last year, so...
Blew it out of the fucking water, Joey.
Yep, he is leaps and bounds ahead of these motherfuckers. The greatest competitive eater of all time. It's been said. That's
and you know...
he brings the receipts!
And you know what? In this house, Joey Chestnut's a goddamn Indiana hero, and we respect his name. End of story.
You're goddamn fucking right, we do. So, much respect to Joey Chestnut. A shining beacon of hope in these dark, dark times that I think we all need.
I want to say, just off the rip, we've reached a very sad state of affairs where our professional eater, Joey Chestnut, is currently our shining beacon. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh yeah, no, we are, as I've said before, this dystopia sucks. Like this, we are not even getting any of the coolest parts of the dystopia, I feel like. Just all the terrible things, and all we've got is like, hey man, but what about this pro eater? He's pretty cool, right? Like, I guess. They haven't found anything bad about him yet, right?
God, if Joey Chestnut ever betrays me, I will be inconsolable. I want everyone to know that. I don't even record this podcast. It's just going to be like an hour audio of me crying.
Yeah, no, I believe the title of that episode would be Joey Chestnut is dead to us.
Well.
But right now, Joey Chestnut,
he's an Indiana hero. End of story.
That's goddamn right. So yeah, congrats to Joey Chestnut. I look forward to you eating way more than a normal person should for years to come until you inevitably suffer from some sort of cardiac arrest.
So something in your body will eventually quit on you, and I'm so sorry that that's going to happen at some point.
Right, yeah. No, you know what the hilarious part is? Joey Chestnut's going to be a champion eater till he's like 74 years old. Like, what's your secret? Like, I eat hot dogs so much.
I just never stopped eating hot dogs, and, I lived forever.
Yeah,
The secret to immortality was just endless hot dogs.
endless fucking hot dogs. Somehow the process of the meat just mutates the body.
The Coke bottling plant really sped up the evolutionary process.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I gotta say this. You know what I think of Joey Chestnut winning?
What's that?
Awesome. Awesome to the max.
Awesome to the max. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
80s guy.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh, man. Sorry, I keep thinking 80s and fucking that. I watched Over the Top recently, and that's another fucking, like, competition fucking shit that I was like, that was ridiculous.
Oh, God, that movie's so dumb. That movie's so fucking dumb.
It is. But maybe we can talk about that in our next section. Because we've made the bread. I think the bread is sufficiently baked. Would you agree, little brother?
I could say so.
Yeah. All right. Well, then you know what it's time for now?
Is it time to get to the circus?
It's time to get to the circuses! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hoosier Brothers Circus! We got no lions, we got no acrobats, but we've got entertainment news. Hooray!
Woo!
In very old news, Over the Top from the 80s is a very over-the-top movie.
It's a very, very dumb movie. For those who don't know what it's about, it's Stallone, right? Like I'm thinking of the right person.
Yes.
It's Stallone, and his whole thing. So you'll know how in Roadhouse, the Patrick Swayze is just kicking people all the time, and that's like his whole gimmick for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for Over the Top, Stallone's just arm wrestling folks.
Yeah, he's just a trucker arm wrestling, and he wins the respect of his son and his father-in-law, and he wins a truck all through the power of arm wrestling and 80s montages.
Arm wrestling, it's awesome.
Oh, you know who makes a brief appearance in fucking Over the Top, and also hilariously enough, Roadhouse?
Who's that?
Hardcore wrestling legend Terry Funk.
What?
Yeah. So there's a scene in
I do not remember this.
Yeah, so there's a scene in Over the Top where Stallone's meeting with his father-in-law, Robert Loggia.
Robert Loggia.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a security guard who comes and fetches Stallone, and then when Stallone's trying to leave, the guy's like, he's talking to you, pay some respect. And he's like, I'm trying to leave. And the guy pushes him, and then Stallone kicks him through a fucking window or whatever. That's Terry Funk.
Really?
Yeah. Professional wrestler. And hardcore legend. That man did hardcore matches basically until the day he died, which was 2 years ago.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Another fun fact about Terry Funk, born in Indiana.
Oh, Terry Funk's an Indiana man?
He was raised in Texas from the time he was 1 year old, so he's mostly a Texan. But like, he's born here, so we can kind of claim him.
We get partial credit.
Right? Absolutely. Hey, we've been over this. Not a lot of Hoosier heroes. Got to take who we can get.
You gotta take where you can get, man.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's my brief summary of Over the Top. It was, in fact, over the top, pure 80s cheese. Just like, and it's funny to me that like Stallone's trying to do this like real muted performance instead of being like, "Yo, I'm Stallone." He's like, "Hey kid, don't worry, I'm your dad. Everything's gonna be okay." And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this everything." Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, though, what do you have to talk about for our circuses?
Oh gosh, all right, I got some news I want to talk about here for a little bit of like, again, so we record this every other week, so some stuff kind of happens, it comes and goes, as it were, but the new Pixar movie, Elio, came out recently. I want to make this clear up front, like right off the rip, I have not seen this movie, so I'm not the most equipped to handle, like, you know, what it's about or the quality of it. I am just reporting what I know and what I have been told. Right. I've got a few people that I know who, in my eyes, are reputable, who have seen it, and they've told me some thoughts. But basically, I think it is still Pixar's, like, worst movie, like, worst performing movie at the box office. And because of this, Disney themselves, I think, honestly, like, fired back, like, oh, see, we give you original ideas and nobody goes to see them, which I am going to push back on, because I think that's a load of crap. Mm-hmm. And I will say this is a load of crap because people do want original ideas. They just want original ideas that are executed well. And again, I can't speak to the quality of this movie. I have not seen it. However, I did see a movie called K-Pop Demon Hunters, which is on Netflix. And if you haven't seen that movie, go watch that movie because that fucking movie rips shit, dude. That fucking movie rules. Like, hand to God, that movie is awesome. Go watch it. It's great. But I draw on this because I think one of the big reasons that, like, a few of the big reasons that Elio failed was because, and we were talking about this before, there was like no marketing for it, basically.
Yeah,
you know,
the marketing was almost non-fucking existent for this film. Like, I remember hearing about it announced when Pixar did their big to-do, where they announced like Toy Story 5 and Moana 2 and all that shit. They were also like, at the very ass end of it, they're like, hey, we've got these original shits too. Elio and some TV show we're doing. But yeah, they did not do a whole lot of advertisements for it. Whereas back in the day, Pixar would like start letting you know about a film like months in advance. They were excited because they knew it was going to be a moneymaker.
so yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that this movie flopping was, you know, some part of a grander scheme to, you know, blame the audiences for like, oh, you didn't go see our original stuff. See, we're just gonna go back to churning out slop for existing IPs, sequels, live action remakes, all that happy horse shit.
Eventually, we'll be able to just tell the AI to do it for us.
But I'm gonna push back against that even a little bit, only because the reason for that is because K-Pop Demon Hunters, as far as I was aware, had little marketing behind it. Not a whole lot. I heard a few rumblings about something akin to this, like maybe a month ago, give or take, and then not a whole lot else. But I will tell you this. Look, I have a degree in communication studies from college, goddamn. I went to college for 4 years and got a comm studies degree. It's doing me very little good, but I have it nonetheless.
Right. So you have some experience with it.
And do you know what the absolute best form of advertising is? Best form of advertising in the whole world. You know what it is?
Word of mouth.
It is word of mouth, people. Word of mouth advertising is the best goddamn advertising you can have. Do you want to know why I heard about K-Pop Demon Hunters? Fucking word of mouth. People were talking about it. They were excited to talk about it because it was a good movie, because it was a fucking phenomenal goddamn movie. That's why people were excited about it. That's why people wanted to talk about it. If Elio was at the same level of quality as K-Pop Demon Hunters or any of the other previous Pixar movies that had a high caliber of quality, people would have talked about it. They would have said, hey, go see this movie. It's really fucking good. Dude, Puss in Boots 2, when that fucking was first coming out, I was like, oh, god damn it, a sequel to that dog shit Puss in Boots movie? Are you fucking serious? I blew it off. I was like, I heard about it. I'm like, I'm not gonna go fucking see that. But then everyone was talking about, dude, this fucking movie is amazing. You need to see this movie. So you know what I did? Went on, I saw the movie, because I was like, all right, well, now I gotta see this. And sure enough, that fucking movie also rips shit. That movie is so awesome. So it's,
Yeah, no, I know a good word of mouth can do that, because that's how I feel about Paddington 2.
Paddington 2, fantastic fucking movie. I will be goddamned.
Yeah, all I heard was like, nah, man, Paddington 2 is a fucking solid fucking movie. It's a good fucking movie. And I'm just like, what is the joke here? Why is everybody always saying this? So me and my fiance one night, we did a double feature. We watched Paddington and Paddington 2, and I was like, yo, this movie slaps.
This movie fucking rules.
Right? Fucking Paddington 2 is a fucking banger, yo.
Because I remember that meme from fucking The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where Pedro Pascal's character was like Paddington 2, like his third favorite movie.
Yeah, it made me want to be a better man.
And I remember I even asked a buddy of mine about it because he was like, actually, dude, no, that's not even like a joke. Paddington 2 fucking rules. And I was like, dude, come on, not you too. And he was like, no, I'm fucking serious. I love the classics, Godfather, Sixth Seal, Citizen Kane. You know, I'm a big film nerd. Paddington 2 fucking rules. And I was like, all right, god damn it. So I sat down and sure as shit, god damn it, fucking Paddington 2.
Yeah, no, good fucking movie. Hilarious. So, yeah, no, I get that. Like, good word of mouth will fucking do it. So, maybe they've probably been putting too much focus then, too, into their sequels and stuff, you know? Which is weird, because, like, Moana started off as a series, and then they shortened it to a movie, so it's like they can't even figure out what to do with it, and somehow those are still successful. Whereas when they try to do the original ideas, yeah, I guess the Elio idea did seem, like, a little odd. It didn't, like, really draw me in, you know, like an original Pixar idea normally does. Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., or Bug's Life. Like those were like, yeah, no, that sounds cool. But where it's like, hey, what if this kid gets kidnapped by aliens? Like, I don't know, maybe, I guess.
Sure. Question mark?
Yeah.
That sounds fine, I guess.
Yeah. I do remember seeing a quote from somebody who was kind of like, hey man, we try to like put out like original stuff because it's either that or we do what? Put out Toy Story 26? Like, that's exactly what you are going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like again, it's not that people aren't seeing original content. Dude, K-pop Demon Hunters was the #1 movie on Netflix for a while there. You
Mhm.
know, it held that spot for a good chunk of time. It's not that people don't like, oh, nobody wants original ideas. We do. We just want good original ideas. If you give us just, crap ass half baked, original ideas, that's how you get the Star Wars prequels.
Dude, it feels like the last few like original Pixar ideas haven't been that great or popular. Like that Elementals, The Good Dinosaur.
Good Dinosaur was okay. Good Dinosaur is still the worst fucking Pixar movie. I haven't seen all the Pixar movies because again, I haven't seen Elio. But like, Good Dinosaur is still the worst. Nothing will ever be worse than that movie. That movie fucking blows. But like, hang on, let's look up. I did not see Luca. I will say that much.
I saw
I
Luca.
heard any good. I've heard people say it's pretty good. Not
Yeah.
like great, but pretty good.
Oh yeah, no. I definitely enjoyed the hell out of it.
All right, here we go. So
Yeah, no, me and my fiance had a night one night. She hadn't seen Coco, I hadn't seen Encanto, and neither of us had seen Luca. So we watched all three of those movies.
Oh man, but like I don't know. I didn't see that one. I didn't hear much kind of buzz about it. I think Soul had a lot of good elements to it. I just kind of, there were a few bits and points that I was like I'm not too huge on this, but it was still a good movie.
Mm.
I don't care what anyone says. I thought Turning Red was good. I liked it quite a bit actually. Like a lot of people derided it. They didn't care for it. I still thought it had a really good emotional core. I think its emotional core and its story were still pretty solid. There were a lot of factors to it that I thought were a little bit on the weaker side, but there was enough that I really did think it was a good movie. I don't care what anyone says. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I saw Turning Red. I also thought it was a pretty solid fucking movie.
Toy Story 4 and Incredibles 2 have no reason to exist. You lack purpose, both of you.
Oh, yeah, Incredibles 2. I was
You have no purpose.
I
You lack purpose.
I really wanted Incredibles 2 to be good. I love Incredibles.
I love Incredibles. Incredibles is a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the thing. It was such a fucking good movie, and then you went and made a dog shit sequel. Okay, I shouldn't say that. There were elements of it that I liked, but on the whole, again, I draw back to you lack purpose. There is no reason for you to exist, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It didn't feel like a story somebody wanted to tell. It felt like Incredibles was popular at one point. We
What?
can make money off of this.
All right. What if we did it again?
Oh, especially since the
Oh,
first Incredibles movie came out in 2004. The Incredibles 2 didn't come out until 2018.
14 years later. That's a good amount of time to wait. What about what'd you think of Onward?
Again, it was a situation where I liked aspects of it, but the whole I just felt had a few too many holes.
I liked it. Like, yeah, it seemed very silly. Like, I don't think magic would ever go away, right? Like, sure, like not everybody's good at it, but like the people who are good at it, like he was clearly yeah, there was elements of it that didn't make sense, but I thought it was a fun movie.
It was plenty fun. I'm not
And
gonna deride it, you know.
it was 2020. Things were different then.
Things were different then. That was March 6th, 2020.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's part of why I liked that movie. That was one of my first like I feel like comfort movies in the pandemic. Like, I'm just gonna watch this Pixar movie about these two brothers on an adventure. Two brothers on an adventure.
No, that's fair. So I don't know what it's gonna take for you, Pixar. I don't know when you're gonna round that corner. I I really hope it's soon.
I doubt I would not put any hope on them ever rounding the corner. They're just gonna. That's just the way that the entertainment industry works nowadays. pump out sequels, and if we're very lucky, we'll get some original content, and if we're very, very lucky, it will be good. Like Sinners.
God, Sinners. Fantastic fucking movie. So goddamn good.
Otherwise, you get like Toy Story 5 or The Rise of Skywalker or Ironheart and Thunderbolts.
You know,
and Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doomsday.
Robert Downey Jr. making the return as Doom. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And we're getting our fourth Fantastic Four movie in theaters. Our fifth film, technically.
God, dude, I've said it on this show before, but really and honestly, I want to make a Fantastic Four movie sucks. I am going to be heartbroken.
Mhm.
Like, that'll just kind of be it for me at that point. I'll be like, nope, comic book movies are dead. I don't want any more. I'm done. I'm done, folks. Pack it up. I'm fucking done.
Oh, man. I feel like I might just call it a day after. I'm going to go see the Superman movie, see what James Gunn's doing with his version. But, man, for Marvel, I'm like, I think Doomsday might be enough, man. Like, we just go see whatever's going on here, and then we just call it a day. Like, they'll do a thing where, like, the story goes on. I'll be like, not for me.
Maybe for somebody who has more time to fritter away, but not me.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But, yeah, so as far as Elio goes, like, I see online reviews, though, that seem to be pretty good, except for Metacritic. Metacritic doesn't seem to care for it.
That's the thing, is that from again, the few people that I have heard something about it from, it's not like a bad movie.
Mhm.
It's not even like an outright terrible movie. It's just kind of a big pile of nothing, you know? It's just sort of like oh yeah, this is fine, you know? Children might enjoy this, but I don't know. I think back to like older Pixar, and I'm like, I don't know, it felt like that had such like a wider, you know, like a wider range of ages that it appealed to, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is Zootopia, is that not Pixar?
That's just Disney.
Okay. Sorry, I was just having a moment there.
No. But hey, speaking of, Zootopia 2 also happening. Fun fact, everybody.
Of course it is. Of fucking course it is. I saw the trailer for it. There's some new snake character.
I still say, and I hold to this one fully and completely, Zootopia is cop propaganda.
It
like,
really
100% it is.
It definitely fucking is. I enjoyed it, you know, for what it is, like also being a movie being like, hey, it's a very heavy-handed racism is bad movie.
But even then, it loses itself in a lot of things, unfortunately.
It is fully 100% like, don't worry, the system is good. You know, you just need good cops and they'll make it okay. And like, oh, no. You made an excellent point with the system is fundamentally broken. And then you're just like, but you just need one good person to fix it.
Also, I will point out as well, the movie is firmly in, so the movie, like, situates itself as, like, oh, you know, you shouldn't profile or anything like that, and yet Judy profiles Nick, and she ends up being right. Like, oh, this fox is suspicious, so I have to follow him.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Because Judy can't be wrong, she's the hero.
Yeah, exactly. So that's another one. I'm like, oh, this is just cop propaganda.
Mm-hmm. More propaganda, absolutely. And ACAB includes Judy Hopps and Nick the Fox now.
It does, because we continue our trend of taking a character that has no business being a cop and making them a cop for some inexplicable reason.
The world needs more cops.
That's
what I've always said, Evan. Not enough cops in the fucking world.
That doesn't sound like something my brother would say.
Oh, that's right. I fucking hate the police. Fuck the police. That's right. Sorry. NWA. That's where we stand.
Oh, God, we're going to get fucking arrested by the secret police, dude. Jesus.
We absolutely are. Which we can talk about a little. Oh, no. There's one more little circus I want to talk about before we get into the horror that is life. There's a new Superman movie coming out this Friday, and they did their test screenings as one does, and apparently they had to cut a scene out because test audiences found it so offensive. There was a scene where Crypto got punched in the face.
Jesus Christ, Gunn. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Well, as I brought up before, James Gunn just has a habit, I feel like, of being like look at the cute little animal. Like he did that with Rocket Raccoon. Like, of course, Bradley Cooper's being very abrasive in his voice, but he's still cute raccoon. And he's like, hey man, this guy is going through a lot. And in the third one, they really fleshed out and then gave us other animals to love and watch be horribly tortured.
Hey guys, want to see me torture this animal?
Mm-hmm.
What? No.
Yeah, because he just knows how to hit the soft spots. He's like, people love the animals, people love them, so this is gonna tug at the heartstrings really bad. And that is something that I like from a movie. I like when I feel emotionally engaged in it, and when it does tug at the heartstrings, and which I find to have been true for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Especially that third one when they get into Rocket's history, and you see all the suffering he went through and his friends and whatnot. Like, they got me. I was like, that movie was sad and moving at times. And so I think that's what he was going for. Because, like, when you see the dog in the trailer, you're like, oh, look at that super puppy. So, like, if you see him get punched in the face, you're going to look at the motherfucker who punched him and be like, I want you to die.
Man, check out this cute dog. I'm going to punch it in the face. Isn't that going to be fucked up? Yes.
So yeah, I guess the test audience was like, "That's too far." James Gunn was like, "All right, he won't punch Crypto."
Oh, all right, fine. No dog punching.
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Next time I'll punch a dog.
Right, here's a funny one. So in Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. There is 20 minutes of Jason in Manhattan, and I guess in the original script, it called for him to like. He's just walking down the street and there's a dog in his way and he was just supposed to kick it out of his way. But the guy who played him, Kane Hodder, was like, what? Nah, man. Like, that's too cruel. That's not Jason. Like, he wants to murder the teens, sure, but he's not going around just kicking dogs. That's not his style, so they cut it out.
Oh, God. I feel like I remember this fucking moment from the Rob Zombie Michael Myers or the Rob Zombie Hollow, where fucking where Michael Myers is just like standing in a person's house, just like standing behind them watching the movie that they're watching. Like he's just
yeah, no,
yeah.
There's a scene. I think it's when he's a kid, but yeah, he just stands behind somebody. I think he might do that a couple times, but that's kind of Michael's thing, though. Like, he's sometimes referred to as just the shape, and because you just see the shape out of the corner of your eye, because that's what he does sometimes. He just be lurking, like, I'm just over here lurking.
That was always the funny thing, though, was that he was just in somebody's house, the person was just watching a movie, and he's like, you know what, this is a pretty good movie, actually, I'm not gonna...
Right. Like, I'll let this scene finish before I kill you.
It was just very funny to me, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely. But, yeah, no, well, that's the other thing they like to do with those types of movies is, like, they'll build the tension, like, oh, what's going on? When's it gonna kill him? Is it gonna kill him? Nah, he's gonna watch the TV for a little bit.
Classic movies, though. Fantastic. Well, not the Rob Zombie one. That one's not great.
Yeah, the first one's all right. The second one's definitely out there. And having watched all of the Halloween movies last year, it's still better than Resurrection.
You know what? That's perfectly fair. Resurrection does suck.
Absolutely. Every series has their one standout terrible movie. As we discussed earlier today, I've been rewatching The Final Destinations, and I just watched Part 4, which is just terrible. Just bad.
Oh, Part 4 is so awful, dude. It's
so fucking awful.
It's kind of amazing how awful it is. You don't really expect it, and until it hits you, and then you're like, oh God, you're incompetent, aren't you?
Right? Like, how do you think all of this fucking works? This is literally what happens when somebody goes, they're just here to watch people die. You don't need to try hard at all for the writing. And they didn't.
And then they didn't.
Yeah. Somebody thought like, well, what if somebody died this way? And then they made it happen. And it was like, well, who is this person? How they get there? Like, well, that's not fucking important, is it?
You're asking all the wrong questions.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, everyone's got their bad entry here. Jason Goes to Hell, your Resurrection, your Final Destination 4, your Freddy's Dead.
Would you say okay? Would you say that Jason Goes to Hell is the worst one?
I think so. Other people will argue that it's Jason X, and I'll say that there's some good kills in there, but like turning a Jason movie into a movie that lacks Jason for most of it seemed silly.
That does seem pretty silly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Why would you do this? It's like, hey, he's actually a magic worm that can possess people. Like, who told you this was okay?
In what universe did you think this was like a good idea, dog? I have to know.
Right. We're just gonna have Jason in the opening scene, the ending scene, and occasionally you'll see him in a reflection. Like, oh, that's dumb. This is a Jason movie. Goes to Manhattan is also pretty silly. I know people hate on the remake, but I think the sillier ones can definitely be worse. Part 5 is also generally poorly regarded by Jason fans, but I think that's for different reasons.
That's actually fair, yeah.
So yeah. Oh man. Hellraiser. They kept me. I stopped watching those sequels.
They kept making Hellraiser movies, dude. They never stopped.
Nah, they rebooted it eventually, of course. That was already
And then they did reboot it.
Yeah, after 11 movies.
Oh man. Fucking amazing, honestly.
Yeah, mercy me. After this Halloween, I'll be able to tell you what the worst Saw movie is and what the worst Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is.
Oh, interesting. All right. Yeah. You know what? I would love to hear your opinion on those pieces.
Oh, actually, I already know the worst Saw movie. It's part 9.
Is part 9 the worst one?
Yes, Spiral. Spiral is absolutely the worst fucking Saw movie.
God, I forgot they didn't even call it Saw. They called it Spiral.
Yeah, Spiral from the Book of Saw, because it's a whole spin-off with fucking Chris Rock.
You know what? Somehow in my mind, I blanked out the fact that Chris Rock was in that movie. I don't know. Dead.
Chris Rock and Sam Jackson.
Oh my God, that's right. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, they got nothing wrong with Chris Rock or Sam Jackson. I love them. I think they're fucking phenomenal actors. But like, Chris Rock got a hold of somebody who was trying to make a new Saw movie and convinced him that like, hey, let me make the Saw movie. And it's like, that was a terrible idea.
Terrible idea. Horrible, really.
Yeah, like I get he was enthusiastic about it, but he didn't really know how to make a good Saw movie.
No, he did not.
Yeah. So for the 10th one, they're like, hey, we're going back to the old ways.
The good old days of the bad old days.
Yep. Now, as far as Texas Chainsaw Massacre, my instinct says part 4, but they've done so many reboots and prequels and stuff. I'm going to really need to sit and watch them all before I can give judgment. I'm pretty sure there are at least 4 timelines in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe 5.
That's crazy, actually, that there are that many for a TCM.
Yeah, no, it absolutely fucking is. Because you got like the original movies. I'm pretty sure those all take place in like the same, the first 4. And there was a reboot, and then there was like a prequel to the reboot.
Of course there was. Why wouldn't there be?
And then there's like a sequel to the first 2, and then there's a sequel that's just a sequel to the first movie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a lot happening. And then there was a newer one that I've never even seen. I'm waiting to watch that one this season. That's going to be like, all right, I've never seen this. This is going to be like a full new experience for everybody.
Incredible, frankly.
Yeah, because I've seen most of them.
Oh man,
the first one's a fucking classic. I give you. Though.
Oh, of course, dude. The first TCM is fucking amazing. It's still amazing. Like all these years later, that fucking movie still rules.
Fuck yeah, it does. I got to play as Leatherface in a Mortal Kombat game. That was fun.
Oh, which Mortal Kombat was he in?
I want to say maybe the second to last one, part 10. Oh yeah, I think he was in 10. He was in 10. Him and Jason, I think, were in that one.
You know what? Now that you say that, that does sound right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I do remember that.
I've been playing part 11 recently. It's got the Terminator, RoboCop, Rambo, and the Joker.
Incredible, I must say.
Mm-hmm. And of course, nowadays they all have their own unique things that they say to each other. So it's always fun to like watch the Joker interact with RoboCop.
That is pretty great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think we've done the circuses enough. We're getting a little later than I expected, but still not doing bad. Go us, go us.
Woohoo!
But with the end of the circuses, that means it's time for the third segment of our show, The Revolt.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I love democracy.
It's a trap!
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
It's treason, then.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunderous applause.
Oh, those words get truer and truer every fucking time I hear them. I made this little music montage because I thought it would be fun to have it as an intro to the revolt since we did Entry of the Gladiators for the circuses. I'm even still thinking of trying to find a nice song for the bread one. But man, Liberty dying with thunderous applause. Whew, that is definitely the stage we are in.
It would seem so.
Yeah, welcome.
It would seem so.
Welcome to the revolt, everybody. First up on the docket, we have a concentration camp.
Yeah, we just have a concentration camp now. That's just something that exists in this country now.
I'll say this: they've existed here before. This isn't the first time.
You know what? That's true. That's true.
It's kind of funny, like when you have to put all the caveats on it, is because it's like it's the first concentration camp on American soil built in this century.
Is that all the tidbits to add on to it?
Because you can consider Guantanamo a concentration camp on certain levels, and of course the Japanese internment camps of the 40s were a thing.
That's true. That's true. That is correct.
Yeah. So, and then of course we did basically similar things with natives too.
Also true. Also true.
Yeah. America's awful. Always has been. But man, we are just going full mask off these days, aren't we, little brother?
Correct indeed. Correct indeed we are. So, like my brother mentioned, this is not the first concentration camp that existed in this wretched, wretched country.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, it's to me the one that looks the most like a concentration camp. Like, you weren't even trying with this one.
No, not at all. It's just like tents. I guess it's a tent city fucking that they put up in 8 days, which they claim is weatherproof for a fucking Category 2 hurricane. But man, you take one look at this shit and you're like, yeah, that's gonna get blown down the first strong wind. Tropical storms are gonna fucking destroy all this shit. Category 2 hurricane.
Correct. It looks terrible. It looks awful.
It was flooded when they were going to do their little photo op.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it was.
Because I'll let you know, at least the Nazis had the fucking sense to not sell fucking merch for it.
There is merch. You can buy official concentration camp merch. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Isn't that fun, folks?
Well, yeah, they came up with a fun name for it, Evan. Did you hear the fun name?
Yes, I did. They're calling it Alligator Alcatraz.
Alligator Alcatraz. That's so fun. So fun. Because Trump wanted an Alcatraz, and they're like, well, we can't give you the old Alcatraz, but we'll give you the Alligator Alcatraz. I feel like he must have jumped up and down, clapping his hands like a 5-year-old. Like, yay, I got my own Alcatraz. Yay, Alligator Alcatraz.
Oh, wish I could say, oh, that's too silly. But you know what? At this point in our country's history, I don't think it is.
It isn't. It isn't. I would not be surprised if I was not terribly far off from like that being the actual goddamn fucking response. So they're claiming, of course, that they're going to send dangerous people here, but all they're going to do is send immigrants there, Hispanic folk, anybody with brown skin that they deem to not be a fucking citizen anymore.
Yeah. And if you think they're going to stop there, well, I got crazy news for you. They're not, because eventually they're just going to start sending dissenters. Like, if you disagree with them, they're just going to start sending you there as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because they've already been floating the idea of denaturalizing people who speak out against the government. So yeah, they are going to decide whether or not you are a fucking citizen. And then they're going to if they decide you're not, they're going to send you off to camps. And this is just the first one. They are talking about how they are excited to build more. And of course, all the Republican governors are lining up to build another one and kiss Trump's ass.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah. I think it's time for a little poem.
Oh, you have a poem. You have a poem for us.
I think y'all know it. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. And then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. And then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Guys, we are on the road to that.
It's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely are.
Uh-huh. Oh, and you know what makes it worse, Evan?
Well, what makes it worse?
The big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, all right, folks. Let's rip this Band-Aid off. So this budget bill that got through, that passed, I think it passed like the House or the Senate by like one fucking vote or some shit. Like JD Vance had to tiebreaker that shit.
That was the Senate. They were tied. They had enough Republican dissenters to cause a tie. But that's the thing. Those motherfuckers were able to dissent because they knew the bill would still get passed.
It's true. It's very true. They did it to cover their own ass center. So, don't worry about, don't point the finger at me.
I tried. I stood on my morals. Like, yeah, but you're still part of the party and they still passed it. What the fuck ever. But yeah, so it passed the Senate and it passed the House. People said they were going to be like, oh, it increases the deficit, so we're not going to vote for it. But they ended up voting for it. All it took was a photo op with the president and an autographed MAGA hat.
Congratulations. You sold out this country's future for fucking nothing. Yeah. You worthless scumsucker.
So it's going to kick a bunch of people off Medicaid. We're adding new work requirements that are going to make it more difficult for people who are already in a difficult situation in a time when they are gleefully declaring that they can cut down on human workers by replacing them with AI, and the few people that they do have to keep, they can pay just a measly fucking wage to. This whole system is rigged to just fuck you over and keep you in fucking debt. And they're just making it worse. Because another thing in the bill is we are just blowing up the ICE budget.
Oh, yeah. No, the ICE is now officially, I think it was like the 16th largest military in the world.
I don't doubt it. They are getting more funding than all other, like, alphabet agencies combined.
Super cool and very great.
Yeah.
Very cool. Way to go.
Definitely. This is definitely not Trump's personal Gestapo.
Yeah, folks, it's looking bleak. Yeah. I heard something said a little bit ago that I kind of want to like echo a bit here. And it was this idea that it is now no longer enough for people to own everything. Like, it's no longer enough for like millionaires and billionaires to own everything. They want to make sure that you own nothing, that you have nothing, that you are solely reliant and dependent upon them for everything that you need.
It is not enough that I succeed. Others must fail.
Yeah, no, exactly. That is the current mindset that is governing like the thought process behind all of these decisions. Maybe it's because I consider myself a pretty moral person. I don't know how you fucking sleep at night. I don't know how you sleep at night, like knowing that you are damning and dooming just millions of people. Like as many people as humanly possible, you are condemning them.
Because they don't care. They are like theoreticals in their mind, and all they know is like, well, I'll survive. I'll find a way for me to make it, and that's the only person who really fucking matters is me, and maybe 2 or 3 people that I quote unquote care about.
Care? Question mark?
Yeah.
About?
Yeah. Or at least if I have 3 or 4 people who have to worship me, make me feel better about myself. These people are all deeply broken on the inside. That's definitely what's happening here. And we all have to suffer because of it.
We all have to just suffer in spite of their brokenness because, God forbid, they help their fellow man.
Right. God forbid they get fucking help.
So, it's
Yeah.
I don't like talking doom and gloom, folks. I really don't. It doesn't bring me any joy, but we do need to address the very serious, very important, factors that are now in play. Things have now been put into motion that cannot be taken out of motion, or at least not eat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Fucking, they have damned us for a generation at the fucking least. The Supreme Court's all fucked too. Ugh.
I sit here and I look at the situation as it stands, and I think to myself, like, is this? I don't know if this gets resolved in my lifetime. I think I will. I am currently 26 years old. I think I'm just gonna die before this ever it fixes itself to any meaningful degree.
Right. It's weird. I feel like because we're going down a path of fascism. This is like Germany in the 30s shit, but like Germany started attacking all their neighbors, and there were a bunch of countries, to fucking try to fight back. I don't know how that's going to go over here. I feel like most of the countries will just be like, well, I think we just start ignoring the United States from now on.
Oh, God, hang on. I actually had something saved here not too long ago. Okay, so this was, this statement came out a little bit ago. This is like about a week and a half ago now. But this is from the Chinese president. Not a good person, let's make that clear, but this is from the Chinese president.
President Xi.
This was President Xi had this to say: "The world can move on without the United States. 100 years ago, the British Empire dominated global commerce, commanding more than 20% of the world's wealth. Many believed its sun would never set. 200 years ago, France bestrode Europe's stage. Its armies feared, its culture envied. Napoleon declared himself immortal. 400 years ago, the Spanish crown reigned from Manila to Mexico, its treasure fleets groaning with silver and silk. The kings thought their glory would last eternal. Each empire proclaimed itself indispensable. Each was ultimately eclipsed. Power wanes, influence migrates, and legitimacy dies the moment it's assumed rather than earned. Should America forfeit the world's respect, it will discover what every fallen empire learned too late. The world moves on, always."
Yeah, absolutely. I fucking, that reminds me of some shit that I heard one time. It was, the world is littered with empires that thought they would last forever.
Yeah, no, honestly. So, there you have it, folks. And again, let's make it clear off the rip. This guy is not like a good person, make that abundantly clear, the President Xi.
Yeah.
But that statement does still stand.
For sure. And honestly, yeah, the world probably should just start moving on without us. Like, you guys can stop depending on us. Because, I mean, we can't even depend on our own government anymore. Not even that we could to begin with. But there was a flood recently. And part of the reason shit got so bad is because of the funding cuts to the National Weather Service.
So, fun stuff there.
Absolutely. And the fun's just going to continue. And a lot of the cuts from the Big Beautiful Bill don't even take effect till like 2026 or 2027, so they can blame it on the Democrats. Oh, and the name. So, of course, it's been called the Big Beautiful Bill because Trump is a goddamn 7-year-old. It's the Big Beautiful Bill. You can't fucking read either. You got to keep it fucking small for him. But either way, fucking Chuck Schumer.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that is the appropriate response. Democratic hero? Chuck fucking Schumer. Worthless sack of fucking shit. Man taking the most unearned fucking victory lap. Chuck Schumer got the official name of it changed from the Big Beautiful Bill to the Act.
The Act?
The Act.
That's it. That's what we're calling it now?
Yep.
Chuck?
Yep. And oh man, was he fucking proud of himself. He was like, I have got
I'll bet he was.
Right? I got the name change of the Big Beautiful Bill because it's not a Big Beautiful Bill. Like, yes, Chuck. Thank you. We all fucking knew that. That was a useless fucking gesture. What did it fucking accomplish? Oh, fuck all? It accomplished fuck all, Chuck? That sounds right. That sounds right up there, and you're taking the fucking victory lap on. I'm so great. Got the name change. Shut the fuck up, Chuck. I need you to do some actual goddamn work here.
Hey, Chuck, I need you to know something. Bottom of my heart. This one's from me to you. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. The fucking Democratic establishment can basically just fuck all the way off.
No, it's true. It's very true. I can agree with that completely, frankly.
We're getting to the end of it, so just a couple more things, a little rapid fire. Let's see. Apparently the Epstein list doesn't exist. Did you know that, little brother?
Oh, yeah, no, I heard about this. Apparently, that whole thing about, oh, yeah, I have the Epstein desk. Apparently that was just like a meme or a joke. It wasn't real. It didn't actually happen.
Right.
It's not real.
Gotcha. Oh, just teasing. There is no Epstein list, so stop asking. Yeah, the Kash Patel from the FBI and Attorney General Pam Bondi have both come out basically being like, yeah, the Epstein thing's a whole non-starter. There's nothing. He killed himself. Stop asking questions about it. Which seems strange because at first they were like, oh yeah, there's stuff going on. And once we get in power, we're going to tell everybody. It's almost like they got in and somebody in power was like, yeah, no, we're not going to look at that.
Oh, no, we're not actually going to do that. No.
I wonder if it's somebody very powerful who has been photographed and videoed with Jeffrey Epstein multiple times and was definitely on the flight logs.
You know what? We can only wonder, frankly.
Yeah, can only speculate. Who can really say? Let's see. What else happened? Oh, Elon's forming a third party.
God, I heard about this. Fucking crock of horse shit.
Yeah, it's called the America Party. The third option, I guess. He's saying that it's going to be a voice for the center, which is ridiculous because the centermost party is the Democrats. They're more to the center than anybody, and they're leaning right these days.
I mean, it's true. The Democrats these days are more or less just protecting, they're still just protecting the assets of the rich,
Well, yeah, so he's announced the America Party. We'll see if it actually goes anywhere. This honestly feels like Kanye announcing he was going to run for president. Remember that?
Unfortunately, I do remember that. God, I remember that. I remember when that happened. I remember I laughed. I remember I had such a good laugh about it. I remember thinking, ha, 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 silly Kanye West. This is for politicians and for people who want to be better for America, who want America to be better.
Right, absolutely.
I was so young and naive. I was so foolish.
Oh, my sweet, sweet summer child.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mercy. So, yeah.
I miss the days of being young and ignorant.
Yeah, they were good fucking days. So, yeah, we'll see if this actually goes anywhere, if it's just him high on ketamine, allegedly.
Who knows for certain, honestly.
Yeah, that about brings us to the end of the show. Good luck, Elon, with your third party. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, Elon. Go fuck yourself, Elon. You're a piece of shit.
There is one thing I wanted to do before we get to the very end. So I'm straight up stealing this from my favorite podcast, The Daily Zeitgeist. I thought it was a great bit, and I thought I would do the thing with my brother. I'm going to play you a clip from Trump getting interviewed at Alligator Alcatraz. And I'm going to play the answer. And then after he's done speaking for a little bit, I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to let you guess what the question is, little brother.
Fuck. Okay. I know this is not going to go well, but we're going to try it anyway, folks. So here we go.
All right, absolutely. Hold on. Let me a second. Let me stream it for you because I know how to do that now.
I have nothing but faith in you.
I spent a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right?
All right, little brother. What do you think the question was?
Holy fuck nuts. I have no earthly idea. What the fuck was he even talking about? Okay, fuck, best guess. He mentioned Palm Springs in there. So it's gotta be something about Florida. What do you think of the weather conditions of Florida?
Final answer?
Sure, why not? Fuck it.
All right, here's the question.
One more question. Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love it.
Oh my God. That's nothing. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He just rambled.
Yeah.
About nothing.
That wasn't the question, buddy. Nobody was asking you how long you're staying in Florida.
Oh my God.
And she repeated the question.
Oh my God.
She asked the question.
She repeated it back to him.
Yeah. She asked the question twice and he had a fucking full-on senior moment.
Oh my God.
Answered a full-on different question and then just kept it fucking moving. Yeah, so things are looking great.
It's all looking good here on the American frontier. Hey, anybody out there, any of our internationalist country, things are not okay here in the States. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying to you. They are just blatantly and belligerently lying to you.
Absolutely. Do not believe them.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Bro, we are beyond cooked. We are just getting burnt at this point.
We are deep fried, dude. We are deep fried in batter. God damn.
We are deep fried fucked, man.
Oh, good
Ooh,
God,
buddy.
Sonny Jesus.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, folks, outside of us getting absolutely cooked here,
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, folks. We appreciate it. Oh God, I wish I was somewhere else.
Yeah. That's gonna do it for us, but don't want to leave you on a complete downer. So
Sure.
which is why we had to redo our naming thing today, because originally we were going to rename Alligator Alcatraz, but we could only think of depressing names. They're no fun there. So instead, we're just throw that out. We're going to rename Independence Day, July 4th, because America is not what it used to be. So we're giving the old Red, White, and Blue Day a rebrand.
I agree. And you know what? If I may I start us off?
Yeah, yes, please. Absolutely do.
In honor of the film Independence Day, I elect that we rename this day Will Smith Day.
Will Smith Day. I fucking like it. Hell yeah. Welcome to Earth.
Hell yeah.
That's why I call it Close Encounter. Maybe, since him and Jeff Goldblum saved the day, maybe we can call it Will and Jeff Day.
Will and Jeff Day. I like it.
Will and Jeff. Should we get Randy Quaid in there? He kind of lost his mind.
Oh, Randy Quaid, I feel like went a little too far off the deep end. I think we might be able to skip Randy Quaid.
Yeah. Bill Pullman's still all right, though, I think. He's coming back for Spaceballs.
He's coming back for Spaceballs. So you know what? Here's to you, Bill Pullman. We love you, buddy.
All right. I went real straightforward with that. I said we just call it Fireworks Day. Like, we all like fireworks. That's what we're celebrating. Like, hey, you like colorful explosions, right? Well, fucking check them out.
You know what? Fireworks Day is a good one. I like it.
Absolutely. Got any others?
Oh gosh, let's see. We'll call it Anxious Dog Day.
Anxious Dog Day.
in honor of our sister, who does in fact have an anxious dog, who needs to be drugged every time this day comes around.
I can only fucking imagine. Oh, I saw in some places now, instead of doing fireworks, they do the drone shows.
Oh, yeah, I have heard about those, actually, yeah.
They look dope, and they're less loud and less chance of losing fingers, so there might be something to it.
There might be something there. There might be an angle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I've got a good idea. I think we take this day, like it used to be to honor the founding fathers and the Declaration of Independence, but like they kind of suck. So and like we're kind of throwing out all of our old documents anyway in favor of fascism. So I say we use this day to honor a real fucking hero. Let's name it Joey Chestnut Day.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut Day.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. No. Every other name can go fuck itself. This is Joey Chestnut Day now.
Absolutely. Because as we say here on Who's Your Brother, in this fucking house, Joey Chestnut is a fucking hero.
Joey Chestnut's a fucking hero. End of story.
Right. Oh, I almost forgot. Last year we celebrated the 100th anniversary. It's also Caesar Salad Day. So
that's right. You know what? It's Caesar Salad Day. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is very cool, but I still think we're going to give the honor to Who's Your Hero, Joey Chestnut. So happy belated Joey Chestnut Day, everybody.
Fuck yeah, dude. Joey fucking Chestnut Day. Hell yes.
Don't forget to leave out hot dogs and a glass of water.
Oh, gross. Oh, no. Oh, it's so fucking wrong. That's the worst. That's the worst thing you could leave out. Jesus.
Absolutely. Yep, that's how I'm celebrating from now fucking on, guys. I'm going to start telling legends of Joey Chestnut like he's a fucking cryptid. Mercy.
Holy fuck. Awesome.
Awesome to the fucking max.
To the max.
Woo. Well, that's gonna fucking do it. That's an excellent fucking note to end on, little brother. Hell yeah. Happy belated Joey Chestnut Day. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell competitive eaters. Maybe listening to us and how much we love Joey Chestnut. We'll put them in the zone, because if somebody dethrones Joey Chestnut, we'll talk about it.
Dude, if we could get Joey Chestnut on this podcast, imagine that fucking poll. Imagine that fucking poll.
Gonna reach out to him like, Joey, would you like to come onto our show for us and our 10 viewers? Our 10 listeners. I will send him all the episodes where we talk about how great he is.
Do you think he'd go for it? Does he like us? Does he super like us?
Oh, fantastic. I do think it'd be funny if he's like, nah, man, like I found this podcast by accident, so these guys are always just talking about me, so hell yeah, Who's Your Brother? And suddenly we're popular because of the Joey Chestnut bump.
Hell yeah. Oh, fucking God. I'm crying.
Fuck yeah. Well, on that fucking note, keep bringing the chaos, support the unions, except for cops, and free Palestine, which didn't even get a chance to talk about, but things are going bad there. But hey, next time, free Palestine.
Folks, as always, practice your fucking literacy, and more than ever, right now, be gay, do crimes.